What is up and welcome to Maps on the Map and my top 10 list of the must-do activities in the paradise of the Pacific that is Oahu, Hawaii. Oahu is hands down one of the most incredible places I've ever visited, and my trip was full of unforgettable memories and experiences that I hope any traveller will get to experience. It's got it all from pristine beaches, lush rainforests, natural waterfalls, mammoth mountains and volcanic craters, to creature comforts like shops, restaurants, bars and everything in between. It's honestly got something for everyone, and being the most populated island in Hawaii and home to the capital Honolulu, if you're a first-time traveller to Hawaii, I cannot recommend Oahu enough. With Hawaii being a melting pot of cultures including Polynesian and Asian influences, at number 10 we've got a taste of Japan in the form of the Byodo-in Temple, also known as the Valley of the Temples, a replica of its almost 1,000-year-old Japanese counterpart. Found along the east coast of Oahu, this is the definition of tranquility, with beautiful gardens, koi fish ponds and greenery as far as the eye can see, transporting you into a world of peace and relaxation. You're also encouraged to hit the gong before you enter the temple to be granted the Buddha's blessings. Now for me, part of visiting a new place is learning about its rich history and culture, happy and sad, and Oahu is no different. At number 9 we've got Pearl Harbor. Yes, the Pearl Harbor is based in Oahu. Located about a 30-minute drive from Waikiki, we decided to visit Pearl Harbor on the wettest day of the trip, as a lot of the museum is actually indoors and there's no point doing things like hikes if it rains because you just won't be able to see anything. Pearl Harbor features 5 historic sites commemorating the devastating events of December the 7th, 1941, which sent America into World War II. Entrance to the museum is free, and I'd say it takes around 2 to 3 hours to see in its entirety. One thing that you cannot miss and is fully worth experiencing is the USS Arizona Memorial, which requires a separate free ticket, with your time slot having to be reserved in advance. I'll put the ticket reservation link in the description, so be sure to check that out if you're planning on visiting the museum. A short boat ride will take you to the memorial, which is built above the sunken remains of the USS Arizona ship, and even to this day you can see the oil from the sunken ship gathering on the water surface. Now that the weather's cleared up, at number 8 we're heading to Hanauma Bay, located in South Oahu and formed from the island's previous volcanic activity. Hanauma Bay is a protected marine ecosystem of beautiful coral reefs, plenty of sea creatures and a white sandy beach to relax on if snorkeling ain't your thing. So we're currently at Hanauma Bay, which is a key snorkeling spot here on Oahu Island, and basically a good tourist attraction. One thing about Hanauma Bay is that it's famous for its coral reefs and its snorkeling, so we're hoping that we can see loads of fish, loads of marine life and loads of cool things. If you do want to come to Hanauma Bay, you do have to book your tickets in advance, and by advance I mean waking up at 7 AM 2 days before you want to go, because tickets sell out fast, usually within half an hour, and it's $25 per person for tickets, and then you can hire snorkel equipment and things like that when you get here. But yeah, let's check it out. We'll see if the marine life is there, and if we can see anything interesting, we'll take the GoPro in the water and see what we can find. So this is Hanauma Bay. Let's go see if we can see some fish. Oh, it's hot. Oh my god, it's big! Right, so we're in the middle of the bay. We can't see as many fish now. I would highly recommend getting a life vest though if you're not a confident swimmer. It just makes it easy. It's quite tiring actually swimming against the waves. So a life jacket just gives you that extra sense of security that you might need, especially when swimming in these open waters. But yeah, it's been pretty sick, man. You can see quite a few different fish, some massive fish actually, as you might be able to see on the GoPro footage. Now it's important to mention that Hanauma Bay is closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, so if you want to go, be sure to plan your itinerary around that. Also, even though I said it's $25 per person to enter Hanauma Bay, things do add up as it's extra for the snorkel, life jacket and locker, so we ended up paying like $50 each as opposed to the initial $25 we thought we'd be paying. Now one thing you're probably wondering is maps. Why is this ranked number 8? Well my friends, wait till you see number 1, which blows Hanauma Bay out of the water. Hey, don't you skip to the end of the video, get your finger off the mouse. Let's check out number 7, Kualoa Ranch. Another activity that you're going to want to do when the weather's good for those crystal clear skies. What's up? So we were due to go to Kualoa Ranch today, which is an amazing ranch here in Oahu, Hawaii. But just look at the weather. It's absolutely terrible and you can't really see anything. So the kind people at Kualoa Ranch have decided that we can reschedule our tour for tomorrow. So I'll see you then. So the next day has come and it's lighter outside. There's no rain, so it's time to see Kualoa Ranch. Let's get to it. Kualoa Ranch is a piece of cinematic history that you're not going to want to miss if you're visiting Oahu. To step into the world of showbiz and see so many popular movie sites is surreal, and dotted throughout are signs and props from some of film and TV's most popular shows. Like honestly, Lost is one of my favourite TV shows of all time, so seeing where such iconic scenes were filmed and the props involved was just amazing. Even if you're not into TV shows and films, it's simply a beautiful place with mountains and greenery in all directions. There's a few different tours that you can do, and I decided to go for the Hollywood Movie Sites tour, a 90-minute tour with prices starting at around $55. There are other more expensive tours and optional activities, which after researching, for me, were not really worth the extra money. And just a 2-minute drive from Kualoa Ranch is Kualoa Regional Park, and you get these amazing views of the mountains behind me. And if you follow me, you'll see Mokalii Point, which is basically another kind of monument or another viewpoint here on Oahu Island. So this Mokalii Point is also known as Chinaman's Hat. And that's amazing because what you can do is you can get a kayak and actually kayak to the island. But Mans doesn't have the cardio for that, and it'll probably take a bit too long and be a bit too tiring, especially in this searing sun. At number 6, we've got something very close to my heart. Food. That's right, you can't visit Hawaii without trying the local cuisine. Hawaii has so many places to eat, and it's a fusion of flavours, including the freshest seafood from places like Giovanni's Shrimp Truck and Poke Fix, smoky Kalua pork from Waiahole Poi Factory, piping hot malasadas from Leonard's Bakery, refreshing shave ice from Shimatsu Shave Ice, as well as one of the many farmers markets for some street food. Also, be sure to hit up the Manoa Chocolate Factory for free chocolate tasting. There is just so many bad boy eats in Oahu, and if you want to know more, be sure to check out my 2-part food guide as we go road tripping around the island looking for the best food spots and trying some Hawaiian staples, including poi, which was it was interesting. On that note, let's move swiftly on to number 5, which needs no introduction. This can't be an Oahu list without Waikiki. So Waikiki is basically the most poppin' place within the capital of Honolulu, and it is a complete vibe, a built-up area with so much to see and do, including restaurants, shopping malls, bars and loads of street performances. I'd say this is the perfect place to stay on the island, as you're close to convenience but still surrounded by beauty. Nothing beats spending the day chilling on Waikiki Beach, one of the world's most famous beaches, with golden sands, warm water and plenty of fun enjoying the waves. Out of all the beaches I visited on the island, I have to say, even though Waikiki Beach is a man-made beach and it's pretty busy, it's the atmosphere that makes it such a fun place to chill. And then when you're done catching some rays, it's so easy to go back to the hotel or do some shopping. If you want to know more about where we stayed and how I managed to get a free GoPro for the entirety of my time on the island, check out my hotel review using the pop-up link or link in the description. Now what I love about Waikiki is that when the sun sets and the tiki torches light up the Waikiki strip, the vibe completely changes with street performers, night markets and plenty of restaurants and bars to check out. Also, every Friday night in Waikiki, there's a free fireworks show, so be sure to check that out. We're currently on the way to the Hilton Hawaiian Village, which is a hotel here in Waikiki, and every Friday at 7:45 there's a fireworks show, so we're gonna go check that out. And this hotel is a madness. It's like, as the name suggests, a little village within the area, loads of shops, little market areas, loads of restaurants, loads of people, and everyone's just chilling on the beach waiting for the fireworks to start. I cannot wait. It's too sick, man. The vibes in this place, unmatched. At number 4, things are speeding up, as I'd highly recommend hiring a car. And one of my ultimate top things to do here in Hawaii is to hire a car and drive around the island. It gives you freedom to see the amazing beauty this place has to offer. You don't have to pay for expensive taxis, and you can just take things at your own pace. And I haven't ever driven in the US before, in Hawaii before, anywhere else apart from the UK, so it was a bit tricky initially because we drive on the other side of the road here, but I don't regret it at all. picked up the driving pretty quickly, and you get to see just amazing nature, the beautiful landscape, and just enjoy it. It's a different vibe when you hire a car, and I highly recommend it to anyone who's visiting Hawaii. Hiring a car gave us a sense of spontaneity, being able to just stop off on the side of the road and enjoy the beauty of Hawaii, explore some of the island's most stunning beaches, including Lanikai Beach and North Shore's Turtle Beach, as well as the 150-foot Manoa Falls, a tropical rainforest waterfall that includes a short scenic hike with the sounds of wildlife echoing throughout the foliage. I rented my car from a company called Queek, and I wanted to use Google Maps, so purchased a SIM card from SIM Corner. By the way, these aren't sponsored recommendations. I chose them because of good reviews and competitive prices, so I'll put the links to those in the description in case you're interested. So, we've reached my top 3 things to do in Oahu. Taking the third spot is heading to an authentic Hawaiian luau to embrace and learn about the beautiful Polynesian culture and feast on some local Hawaiian cuisine. Now, choosing and researching which is the best luau is hella long, as there are so many, and having done extensive research, I found that loads of luau's can often be overly commercialized, overpriced, and simply a tourist trap experience. I wanted to have an authentic, more intimate luau experience and decided to go with Toa Luau, a family-run experience with 5 stars on both Google reviews and TripAdvisor. Honestly, no regrets, man. If you want to go to a luau, in my opinion, Toa Luau is the place to go. Now, the cool thing about Toa Luau is its location, as it actually takes place within Waimea Valley, a stunning botanical garden deeply rooted in Hawaiian history, making it the perfect backdrop for the luau. Within Waimea Valley are the Waimea Falls, a natural waterfall flowing down into a refreshing pool surrounded by the valley's vegetation. Visitors are welcome to swim in the pool, the perfect spot to cool off in one of nature's most beautiful creations. Now, entrance to Waimea Valley is going to usually cost you $25 for adults and $15 for kids. But a little hack, and part of the reason I chose Toa Luau, is that the entrance to the valley is actually included with the Toa Luau ticket. Now, there's several packages available for Toa Luau, but I'd recommend the basic silver package, which is what I did, as I didn't think it was worth the extra money for better seating and extra drinks, as the venue's quite small anyway, and you can just buy more drinks from the bar. There's also 2 times to choose from, afternoon and evening, costing slightly more for the evening show. I decided to go for the evening show, which cost $135 per adult and included entrance to Waimea Valley and, of course, an unforgettable evening. So slightly becoming more and more Hawaiian. We got the headband going on. Loads of fun activities here, man. It's pretty sick. There's so much going on at the luau. You can take part and learn about activities such as coconut shaving, fruit cutting, and making headbands. But one of my favourite ways of experiencing culture is through food. The food at this luau was fit for royalty, and all you can eat sample of Hawaiian cuisine, including Hawaiian sweet roll, mac salad, kalua pork, huli huli chicken, and for dessert a selection of fruit, a coconut pudding called hopia, and a coconut cake. The staff will also cater for various dietary requirements such as vegetarian or vegan, so be sure to let them know. All of this is enjoyed with a drink in hand, watching several spectacular performances, including ceremonial dances from multiple Polynesian cultures and a fire show. Honestly, for me, this was worth the steep price tag and is one of the best things I did on the island. Taking the number 2 spot on my list, it's gotta be the hikes of Hawaii. If you're planning on coming to Oahu, you've got to do a hike or several, as you cannot appreciate the beauty of this place from the ground. Seeing it from above is mind-blowing, and there's so many different hikes to do for all fitness levels. For beginners, I'd highly recommend Diamond Head, probably the most well-known hike on the island and the easiest of the viewpoints, around 0.8 miles from the bottom to the top. Located on the outskirts of Waikiki, it's fairly easy to get to, and the path to the top is straightforward with railings, stairs and paved inclines throughout. Once you reach the top, you'll be blessed with panoramic views of Waikiki, Honolulu and the Pacific Ocean. For the best views and those wanting a bit more of a challenge, the Lanikai Pillbox and Pink Pillbox hikes are slightly tougher, but the reward at the end of the hikes are sensational views straight out of a postcard, man. They are insane. With Lanikai, you get the turquoise blue ocean views, probably my favourite view in all of Hawaii, and the Pink Pillbox blesses your eyes with ocean and mountain views, and if you're lucky, you might even see a rainbow. For those of you that really want a challenge, the toughest hike I did, which was an absolute killer, was the Coco Head Railway Trail, a test of endurance, fitness, determination, and both physical and mental strength as you ascend over 1,000 steps straight up an abandoned World War II mountain railway track. If you want to know more about the hikes of Hawaii, check out my guide using the pop-up link or the link in the description, as I go into more depth on several hikes, including my experience, as well as top tips on things like tickets, parking, and so much more. Well, my friends, if you've made it this far, don't forget to hit that like button. And for those of you who skipped straight to number 1, you're in for a treat. At number 1, we have not only the best thing I did in Oahu, but it's honestly one of the best things I think I've ever experienced straight up. A truly unforgettable experience that to this day I still can't believe I got to witness, and that is snorkeling with dolphins in the Pacific Ocean. Even talking about it just brings back such incredible memories. This isn't swimming with dolphins in the sense that you get to ride a dolphin or stroke a dolphin. This is as real as it gets. Seeing these beautiful creatures in their natural habitat and observing them from afar. It feels like you're in a wildlife documentary. It is like insane, man. Now, this being the experience it is, it's not guaranteed that you'll see the dolphins, but the crew are so experienced and will know the best spots to increase your chances. Let me set the scene. Okay, you're in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, the largest and deepest of the Earth's oceans, with an average depth of 13,000 feet. Its deepest point being deeper than the height of Mount Everest. Let that just sink in. Now, what I would say is that this experience is not for the faint-hearted, as there was an opportunity that even the crew was excited by to see. The migration of pilot whales, a specific species of dolphin, the caveat being that we were warned about the possibility of sharks. And if we saw a shark, to look at it dead in the eyes, raise your hand and swim back towards the boat, ensuring eyes on the shark at all times. Of course, this was voluntary, and there would be opportunities to see dolphins elsewhere on the excursion in calmer waters. And Mum and Dad, if you're watching this, I definitely did not put on the flippers, don the snorkel, turn on the GoPro and get in the water to see this once in a lifetime sight. And then I saw them. A family of pilot whales gliding through the ocean. I was lucky enough to see several species of dolphin, including spinner dolphins that literally leap out of the ocean into the air with spinning acrobatics. And later we went on to a shallower area of the ocean where we managed to see tropical fish and sea turtles doing their thing. It was mad, man. It was easily the best thing that I did in Hawaii. Now, there's a few different companies to choose from to do this experience, but I'd highly recommend Dolphins Excursions Hawaii, which I booked through Get Your Guide, and they were fantastic, actually exceeding the excursion time, simply because of their love for dolphins and wanting to give us the best experience. There's a reason why they're rated 4.9 out of 5 on Get Your Guide and 5-star on TripAdvisor. Now, for full transparency, again, I ain't sponsored by Dolphin Excursions or Get Your Guide, and paid the full price of around $190 or £150 per person, which is a lot of money, but for a once in a lifetime experience, I have no regrets. Now, I've put an affiliate link to Dolphins Excursions Hawaii on Get Your Guide in the description if you do want to book, which will give you the standard Get Your Guide price, but it supports me to continue to make content like this and hopefully level up my content in the future. So before we roll the outro, I just wanted to also mention whale watching, which unfortunately I didn't get to do as it's a seasonal migration running from around November through to April in Hawaii, and I visited Hawaii in the autumn. However, even though it was autumn when I went, I still got to see the dolphins and sea turtles. And that concludes my top 10 list of the must-dos in Oahu, Hawaii, which I'd say all of which can be achieved in between 7 and 10 days. If you have any questions about my trip to Hawaii, then feel free to leave a comment below or DM me on Instagram and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you enjoyed the video, then please do leave a like and of course support the channel by subscribing for more. As always, it's been a pleasure, and Hawaii, you have fully exceeded all of my expectations. Till next time, peace.